This is Jamie and Matt in Boston. So we're in Boston. We got here at like 9:30. Took like 45 minutes to find a lift because we didn't know where they were picking up.
Yeah, the signage was terrible. Almost reminded me of some places in Europe.
Yeah, which is annoying because this is America and we can read English. Here he is looking in the water to see if he can see fish. But yeah, so we can't check into our hotel until like 2-ish, and it's like 11. The receptionist told us to go to Seaport and pointed us in the direction. So we're walking down there, gonna find some food. So after walking for about an hour, I told him to Google the best lobster roll in this area, and it was where we basically started in Seaport.
But they just opened because it's noon now.
It's very reminiscent of Europe. So we finally found somewhere to eat, and we're super excited. The food just got to our table. What are you eating?
Clam chowder that smells so good. And then traditional lobster roll.
I got some fish and chips, which this is the first time I've ever ordered fish and chips. We also got a stout. So we're really excited. Matt is the most excited. So it's been a few hours since we last recorded. I think the last thing we really showed you was us eating lunch at Yankee Lobster. Food was great. Walked back to the hotel, checked in, and passed the fuck out for 4-ish hours. And now, after like an hour of research, we have decided to go to a pub called Corner Pub. And we're gonna go get some egg rolls and some beer and hang out. So dinner was fantastic.
It's really good.
Now we're gonna be trying to get back to the hotel without a map because the beer is hitting and our confidence is like skyrocketing.
It shouldn't be that hard. It's only like a 17-minute walk.
We're trying to go to CVS first and then back to the hotel. So overall, day one was really good.
Yeah, I was pretty impressed. It's not what I expected for Boston, but...
I love Boston so far. It's fantastic. Tomorrow we're doing Salem, Massachusetts for a day trip. I'm really excited. So you'll see us tomorrow. So we've made it to Salem. It was a really easy train ride. Literally only took like 30 minutes to get here after we got on the train. Reminded us a lot of Europe. Matt's still tired. We're going to get some breakfast. So we finished breakfast. It was fantastic, and we just went to the visitor center to figure out what to do. We're gonna basically walk everywhere. It's a really small town, so it's not that big of a deal. So this is the Witch Memorial.
1692 is a popular year.
Popular year to get them witches. All of these stones have people's names and when they were hung, which is kind of cryptic and sad.
I wonder if they're in here.
Do you think they would bury witches? So not only is Salem known for like witch trials and everything, but it used to be one of the busiest wharfs. They used to get a bunch of shipments in, and it used to be one of the biggest cities in America in the early 1700s. So we're gonna walk to a lighthouse. We're at the Maritime Park, and yeah, I had no idea. I just thought it was a witchy city. You looking for fish? Seriously, you could not ask for like a more beautiful day out here, but it is gorgeous.
And there's like nobody here.
It's such a slow day here.
That's pretty cool. We're way out on the water right now on Derby Wharf. Pretty busy spot in the early 1800s. Apparently they funded most of the US government with all the money they got out of this place.
It's not just a witch town, it's a maritime town. Trying to find the best skipping rock, at least I am. Here's a good one. 2! You got it. Matthew Dorough in the final round of the Olympics for rock skipping. He's only got to make 2 skips and he wins. 3! We have a gold winner! A gold medal winner! So we're getting ready to go to the House of Seven Gables. We're gonna do a Gardens and Ground experience, and we're gonna go see Nathaniel Hawthorne's house. You know, the guy that wrote the Scarlet Letter? That guy. This is apparently the House of Seven Gables. This is their really pretty garden, and these are the grounds. This is kind of like a much smaller, built more.
A much smaller.
The height of the 1800s trade.
It's not just a rock, it's a boulder. The pioneers used to ride those babies for days. Please tell me you understand that reference. So we're done with the House of Seven Gables Ground and Gardens tour. It was pretty interesting. We learned about the houses, the gardens, Nathaniel Hawthorne's house. We walked through that. Now we're walking to the Salem Witch Museum. Change of plans. We're not going to the museum because we looked up online and it's basically a show for $15. Instead, where are we going?
A witch's house. Even better.
This is what the house used to look like. And this is the witch house now. Very different. So what you just saw was the witch's house. And you could do a tour. We decided not to because it's not the witch's house, it's the person who like accused people of being witches. So fuck that guy. But now we're walking on Chestnut Street, which a woman at the tourist center or the visitor center told us was the most beautiful street in America with all of the mansions. So I think we'll be the judge of that. So thoughts on Chestnut Street?
It's pretty.
It's very pretty. The houses are really big. Matt's just been looking up the prices of them.
They're all between like $1 to $2 million.
It's a very pretty street. However, I gotta say, the brick sidewalks need some work. Time to say goodbye to the boots and put on flats. They're very cute and went with my outfit, but that heel is a killer. So we left the hotel at about 8 o'clock this morning. It's now about 2. I feel like we've done what we wanted to in Salem, right?
Yeah. Walked around, got some souvenirs, saw some old houses.
Had some awesome breakfast.
I had a really good breakfast.
That was so long ago, I forgot about it for a second.
We were gonna rent bikes and go out to like a point around Salem, but it's not really worth it.
Maybe we can rent bikes somewhere in Boston. Well, overall, Salem was really cool. It was a super cute town. It's very kitschy with witches and stuff.
Yeah, almost to the point of like annoying. I feel like I would rather just focus on the history of the town.
Yeah, because the witch trial stuff was only a little bit of their history.
It was like a single year, or like a single part of a year. But like all the mariner and maritime history was kind of cool.
Yeah, like if it focused more on the history of Salem with the wharf and the shipping stuff, that would have been really cool. The House of Seven Gables was pretty cool, and seeing Nathaniel Hawthorne stuff, even though neither of us like really read his book in school, even though we were supposed to. It's a decade after we graduated. I think we're not gonna get in trouble for saying that we didn't read it. We will see you guys back in Boston. All right, so we went back to the hotel and we are going to dinner. It took us a while to figure out what we were gonna eat for dinner.
May have been my fault, as usual.
He was going through all the places. We knew we wanted Chinatown food, so he was looking at all the places and was like, choose between A and B. Wait, and C. No, B and C. No, wait, A and C.
There was just a lot of options that looked pretty good. Some of them were like really, really authentic Asian food
that I probably wouldn't eat. Even though I'm being a little more adventurous on this trip, I'm not gonna eat beef tongue or chicken feet.
Or pig's blood.
Yeah, hard pass on all of that. No offense. It's just not something I want to have. But we decided on a pho restaurant that has a lot of good reviews.
Yeah, and then we're gonna go get some beers at a dive bar just north of Chinatown. It's called the Tam. Apparently it's like a no-nonsense, cash-only kind of place, so
we're gonna try it out. So we went to dinner, which I'll put a picture up of dinner right now, and then we went to a bar. Hang on, crossing the road. Look at the downtown landscape. After dinner, we went to a bar called the Tam, and we had a Guinness and a shot of Jaeger. Afterwards, we were like, okay, let's go back. And guess who we saw?
Guess.
We saw
Jon Lovitz.
Jon Lovitz FaceTiming someone on the side of the road in Chinatown, Boston. How fucking crazy is that?
We both noticed it like immediately, and we could not remember what his name was.
We knew
who he was.
Friend. Yeah, we know who he is. But the way we looked him up was from Friends.
He was FaceTiming on his phone and sounded like Jon Lovitz. So
yeah, exactly. Same
just
voice.
reassured it.
Yeah. We took a picture secretly, covertly, took a picture of him, and I will put that up here. It's fucking Jon Lovitz. You know, there's no one else it could be. Unless he has a doppelganger or a twin. It's the only explanation, is that it's him. It's my first time I've ever spotted a celebrity in the wild, ever. It's crazy. What is tonight?
There's so much crazy stuff going on.
We're walking across the bridge back to our hotel, and there was fireworks going off. I caught like a very small glimpse of them. And then, as soon as I was getting the camera out to record, some fucking bikers go across the bridge, popping a wheelie.
Fucking wheelies and shit.
Yeah. What is tonight? I don't understand.
Too much stimulation.
Good morning from Harvard University.
Good morning.
We got up, got ready, we just had some breakfast, and we are literally walking around campus. Like literally on a path that goes around the campus. It's really pretty.
It's an old college campus. I mean, we don't really know what to do.
Yeah, that's why we're walking around, blinded by the light. We decided to rent bikes, so we're biking down the Charles River on an empty street. Riding the bikes. We rode them for about an hour, which was really fun along the Charles River. I almost fell a couple of times. My butt got really sweaty. It was gross. It was a lot of fun though. I've never ridden bikes in the city. Matt's just not talking.
You told me to look up stuff to do, so I'm looking up stuff to do.
We don't really know what to do, but we rode down to MIT. So that's where we currently are, is at Massachusetts Institute of Technology. So as a reward for going to 2 colleges today, we're gonna go to a brewery and get some beer. It's past noon, so it's fine to go grab a beer. Beers were really good. We got a flight of 4. We were done with Cambridge. We're gonna go back into the Freedom Trail.
Yeah, it's basically like all the monuments and stuff from the Revolutionary War period.
Yeah, we're gonna go do that, stop at a food market, get some lunch there. Hi, we found the Freedom Trail. It's this red brick line, and we are going to follow it to wherever it takes us. So we're about 5 minutes into the Freedom Trail and we've already lost the red line in the ground. Pretty sure we just walked down the street and find it again. We are back in business, baby. We found it. Seems like a cool dude. John Hancock had a monument made to look like, you know, classy guy. You know, the best thing on the Freedom Trail is this stop. You know, during the Revolutionary War, he really helped out a lot. It's the next day, all of a sudden.
Sorry, I forgot about you.
So I hurt my foot and then we went on a 2-hour search for a wine cork. After a while, Matt was like, I'm ready to be done, but I was just like, no. We've come this far, I'm not going back to the hotel room without a wine cork. We bought a really big wine cork.
Like, unnecessary. And I hate these things. I'll never leave on a trip like this again without a corkscrew.
But we did that, we came back, I took a nap, rested my foot because it was swelling, and then we went out to dinner. So that was pretty much yesterday afternoon, nighttime. But now we're going out on the town again. Gonna get some really good Italian food. Our last full day in Boston.
Basically just gonna be walking around and then we'll end up back on Seaport, which is on like the southeast end, and go get some steamers.
Last full day, and then we have to pack, and our train is at 9:40 in the morning. So until then, let's finish Boston. We ended up we have somehow made it back onto the Freedom Trail with the Old North Church. They didn't say that this was the church Paul Revere ran to or saw the signal from.
Got the signal from and then warned everybody else.
Pretty cool. This is Paul Revere Mall. There is a statue of him down there at the end.
So we're now in, what was it? Christopher Columbus Park on the very north end of Boston. Bunch of boats, a couple yachts out there. It's just a big green space. Has a bunch of like nice terraces. We just finished lunch a little while ago. Wasn't super impressed with it.
No.
I got the little neck clams and a Fra Diablo sauce.
I had the pumpkin ravioli, and then we were trying to split a carbonara, but it wasn't good. It was not.
It tasted like it came out of a can or like a jar. Yeah, it just wasn't great. It was our only bad dining experience in Boston in 3 days. So that's pretty good.
Yeah.
So now we're just kind of walking around the north end.
Gonna hit up the just waterside, the harbor area. So we hopped on our train this morning and we're in New Haven. It was a pretty easy process. Literally hopped on there and didn't get off until New Haven. Very straightforward. Now we don't have much time in this city, just the afternoon and then tomorrow morning before we head to New York. But we are gonna go do some exploring. We're gonna go get some pizza. We'll explore Yale. So hopefully the rest of the day is filled with fun stuff and hopefully my foot feels better soon.
We did it.
After walking to and from a pizza place, which was the best pizza place in New Haven, we went and got some. Instead of waiting an hour to sit down in the restaurant, we waited 30 minutes to get a takeout pizza. And we ate a couple pieces before we walked back. Pretty tasty, but it's kind of warm outside, so we walked back to the Airbnb. And we're gonna eat it, drink some beers. So instead of going out to Yale today, we decided to stay in and play some Scrabble on the couch while watching The Office. It's like a great night.
Yeah, I don't know. We were just tired. We didn't feel like going back out when we got back from, what was it called? Frank Pepe's Pizza.
Yeah.
We brought the pizza back here and we haven't left. I left for a little bit.
Matt left to go find laundry detergent. Couldn't find any, so he came back with vodka. That was a good alternative.
I'm sure you could substitute vodka for laundry detergent.
I doubt it. But yes, this is our night. We plan on getting up pretty early in the morning to walk around Yale and get some breakfast. So super chill night, exactly what we needed in between Boston and New York City. So we like it. We're playing. Matt's 90% gonna win.
Oh, you've had two good comebacks.
I had one good comeback.
I have like two really good words. Like
I'm not good at Scrabble. Matt is weirdly good at Scrabble.
It's the one thing I'm good at. One thing I can beat you at.
We'll update you on who wins. It'll be Matt, not me. Game finished, and like I said, Matt won. He kicked butt. You want to see some of the words he played? He did quad.
That was like my biggest scoring one.
Yeah. Quad and Jew and builds. I did ept and bus and bee and fig. You're really good at Scrabble. I'm not so much. So this has been our stroll this morning in Yale.
It's really nice.
But we got some breakfast at Donut Crazy, and we're probably gonna start heading back and get our stuff and go to the train station so we can go to New York. Yeah. It's the best husband ever. Rubs my foot daily. We're doing that fantasy draft in a train station. Class.